Hi guys, I am Nu-Trix the synth guy, and today we're talking about three things. First of all, I'm going to talk how to connect a drive or a flash drive. In this case, I'm going to use an SSD drive to my iPad. But this is really useful because I'm going to use the Swan movie collection sound inside the software called Auditor. Auditor is from a living memory that did. We talked about a video about that last year. Check this up here. An Auditor is an audio editor. But what's cool about it is that you can actually go in and pick some files on your hard drive or external hard drive and copy it into it and then do your editing. So let's actually look at the three things, and if you watch this until the end, you will have a chance to win Auditor. Interesting. Well, let's wait to the end. So let's first talk about this, how to connect a hard drive to the iPad, because it become really useful with Auditor. If you want to connect a flash drive, SSD drive, or even the classical, hard drive to this, you would need this connector here, okay? This is actually the newest, where you have a USB and you have the iPad connector here. And so you connect this into the iPad, and sometimes you can use a flash drive right into this and it could work, but they need to be asking for very low power because they will take the energy off the battery of the iPad. So usually what you want to do is you want to add a lighting connector and also plug that into your iPad. So now I'm actually powering the iPad using this. If I try to use this key here, it's going to do the same thing. It doesn't show up. Oh. Mass storage device. This accessory requires too much power. Okay, get it. Fine. Go okay. So how do I get more power for this? Even if I add, actually maybe I can. If I connect directly power with the lighting here, lighting connector. If I put this here, should it work? No, still not enough power. So it means that you will still need to actually connect this or that into a USB hub that is powered. And so then what you do, you connect your flash drive, your hard drive, and why not connect your sound card, your media interface. I still have two other connectors, and this you connect into your adapter. Now you should have all of them appears. You just have to wait until it sees it. And now I have my iPad disk, and I should have also my SSD drive appearing soon. There it is. You have Nu-Trix SSD video drive. So that's it. If I click on this one, I have the stuff I want. So actually I'm going to pull this up and actually record this window so you can see what I'm doing. I have the Swan movie collection in my SSD drive, and I talked about the Swan movie collection. I talked about the number 10. Then now I got all of them. I've got the 10 years of movie collection. So these are actually pretty fun. I like this. I mean, I'm going to just, let's say, speech, and then you can just play one and you can hear.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
Interesting. Now I have this buzz. Where is that buzz coming from? Is this from... Let's see, this is from this. There's a ground loop somewhere.
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
If I do this, it's going to... So I've got a ground loop somewhere. And this is going to disappear now. So now, because I don't have enough power. I will try something else. I'm going to reconnect the way it was. Earlier, I used to be connected like this. And just going to do it here and here. Now I don't have any noises, so my ground is cleaned. Okay, so there's something between these connectors that are connected into the equipment that is here and this electrical outlet that is connected probably at the same place. So you have this ground loop. Now it's clean. So okay, that's often the problem with USB. Try to figure out where the ground is. So now,
Do you think human beings may become contaminated if his blood is injected into their veins?
that's kind of stuff I like to have in a song. So let's actually, that's why now this is running off my SSD drive. Okay, so I'm going to close this. I'm going to go right into Auditor. And Auditor basically got the same window because it uses the file manager, SSD drive. I'm going to my Svan, and I'm going to use, I don't know which one I was. I'm going to try another one just for fun. 6 speech mail. Let's see what they have. I can use you. Okay, this is perfect for a song.
Oh, I can use you. Oh, I can use you. Oh, I can use you.
Okay, so that's where you get into Auditor. Auditor is an editor. You have what you expect. I mean, you have these selection control here to say that's when I'm going to use this section to this section. And then when you go at the top, you've got a lot of controls right there. You can bounce, you can crop. If you go crop, it's just going to keep what's in between. You go, oh, I didn't want to do that. Can I go back? Well, actually, you should. And where do we go back? This one here, you go back. Click. It's back. So, oh, that was an error. Okay, select everything. Fine. You can actually loop a selection. So I'm going to take just a part. Now it's going to be bizarre, but no, it would work. I'm going to loop the selection and press loop. You have the loop at the bottom here, either looped or not, and you play it.
Use and 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 use you 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 and use you. I can use you. I can use you. I can use you.
So that's fun. You have the information in value at the between the top menu and the big layout of the whole sample. I mean, you can zoom in, and the top here you can move around on the full length of the sample. You get the playhead here, and you have the information just between the two. Actually, if you click on this one, you have also information on the side. You can say the volume here. You want it to be louder or not. Okay. You have also pan left and right. Okay, you want it in the middle, for example. You can mute it or solo it. Now you say, why do I have solo? Well, you can actually load more than one track. You can normalize it. So let's actually select everything. Okay, double click on it to have everything. I'm going to normalize the whole thing. No, I want to normalize, go back, and I want to have selection, region, normalize. So everything is a little bit louder. If you just click on it, you have this window that appears, and then you have add layer, select layer, selection to region, copy, delete region, move to playhead, make unique. What does it make unique? I don't know. Oh, because if you copy and paste, you're probably going to follow the information. You can reverse, you can normalize, you can invert the phase, you can fade up, fade down, remove DC, give it a direct current, and you have a silence. You can just silence that section. So it's actually pretty interesting how to use it. I would say that there's like 2 different ways to use it. I mean, you clean a sound like a kick or snare, and you're going to put it in a looper or a beatbox after that. Or you can actually loop a section, and when you work in loop, then you have information about like BPM and stuff like that. That is useful in that case. Now you can actually create new. If you go plus, you're just going to be a new project. So cancel for now. When I have it, it's just I want to have a new track. So if I want a new track, I can import in a new layer. So add layer, and the new layer would be, I don't know, another hole in the head. That's wonderful.
Oh, I can use.
What's going to be this?
But if you ever mention my daughter's name again, you'll have another hole in your head, I promise you.
Oh, I can.
Okay. So I'm going to actually take the second one here. I'm just going to delete that one. Can I just delete the region? I can actually delete the region, yes. And then I have the first one and the second one. So I can take this one and
use you.
But if you ever mention my daughter's name again, you'll have another.
okay, so you've got these texts, these two sentences, and then again you can play with them, you can edit, clean up, and splice and do that stuff. So it is in a way a very straightforward editor, mostly for stacking up sound. You can click on them and have control over each section. I would say it's kind of the basic bread and butter editor. Clean up, normalize, get rid of the noises by selecting a section and putting silence, and stacking them up to create a bigger sound. You can have 3 different kicks to have a big kick, and then you bounce it as a new sound, and then you save it. So very efficient for that. What is missing in my view, but the rumor says it's going to come, is effects. Adding a destructive application of audio unit effects. So I could have distortion, reverb, delay, and apply it in a destructive way. So now it's burned into the sound, and my new sample as that sound. So that's going to be, I guess, their next step. That's what I wrote. I actually saw it online on Facebook, so I'm guessing it's in the works. But that's, if you have this, now this becomes a killer editor to clean up, and the tools that you have in it is pretty awesome. Let's actually try something else. I'm going to create a new one, new, and the new will be at 44 again, and I'm going to import a sound, import from file. Let's go back and look for music. Try to have a beat. So I'm going to create a loop if possible. And I'm going to take one of my songs because I know what I did. Where is it? Here. And let's say I'm going to take this thing. What do we have here? Okay, I have. So I want to do a loop of this. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to say I want to loop. I'm going to say I want to loop to selection, and I'm going to zoom in on my selection, try to figure out if I'm looping in the right place. Actually, let's do a shorter loop. So very rapidly, just by looking at it, and I think that also it snaps. No, it's not even snapping. I'm just good at it. Now I'm good at it like this. That was good the first time. Come on. I'm gonna zoom in and put myself here. That's it. So my loop is cleaned. I have what I want. But you might want to do something else. There's a loop tool, and you can actually crossfade loop and end-to-end. Crossfade looper will actually crossfade the input and the output, or the two end. So a little bit of the end will have crossfade of the in, a little bit of the in will have crossfade of the end. So what you have is a destructive edit on your sound, and it's not useful in the drum. Right now you can select how much you're going to have the tail. Actually, we'd have to zoom in, and how much of what's tailing out will appear on the other side. So not good for drum. Mostly I would say for string sounds where there might be too much of a difference between the beginning and the end of the loop, and you hear like whoa, 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 and you don't want that. So you might want to say, well, the end of it, I want to crossfade it so it appear in the end. So when you loop it, it sounds more natural. And then you can control it. So it's really cool. And then you can change the type of fading and fade out, and you can actually commit and apply it. So let's get out of this one for now. Cancel. The other one is end-to-end, and that's very good to actually select where you want to loop. Say, well, I'm gonna loop right here, and if I look at the other one, I actually this, if you look that little edgy, it's gonna be right here. So I'm gonna play. Exactly what I want. For the kick, that's that little line here. If I go here, I'm going to have a double click. Here, just double triggering. Okay, and if I go to say commit. I'm going to apply this instead. I'm going to keep that exact location. So for looping, also very interesting. You can save that and use it. And again, if you want to use it in a software where the loop does not follow, you're still going to crop it. So you're going to get rid of everything else. Just keep that section. You know that that section in the software will loop exactly at the right place, because that's exactly where the two end and end collide together. So it actually glued and it works correctly. So one of the way to know that a company is a good company is to know how much time they put into explaining how their stuff works. In Auditor, what you have when you click on the little question mark, you have a little screen that shows you the one screen, a very quick way to understand how everything works. Look, you have another window here, another one that explains also batch processing. So that's a pretty cool one. Say you want to take a lot of these and you want to, you know, I don't know, normalize all of them. You batch process this and explain how it works. Really well explained. And join, split, compact, add layer, anchor to playheads. A lot of things are there, really, really well explained. Close this. But the one thing that you might not have looked at is at the top here, they say there's a full manual can be found on File, App, on My iPad, Auditor. Let's actually go and look at this. You go in the, on my iPad and Auditor, and you have the manual, which is a big PDF. So again, if you really want to go in depth and use it correctly, I think you take the time to use this, because there's really about processing the controls and why this works with that. So I'm a really big fan of RTFM, and I'm not going to explain what this means, but you should read the manual. So that's it. That's Auditor. Now, if you want to win a copy of this, what should I do? Living Memory gave me codes to give away. So I've got 2 codes for Auditor. If you want to win this is very simple. We're Friday, December 20th, 2019, and I'm going to draw a name on Monday. So we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday morning I get up, I'm on vacation, Christmas holiday. I'm going to write to that person to say, you're the winner. Okay? So that's it. Monday we give away these 2 codes. Click on the notification bell, because there's going to be other prizes this week for Christmas time. And by the way, if you like the way I'm dressing today, well, you can find these nice Nu-Trix synth guy t-shirts and other types of clothing down in the description. So that's it, guys. See you soon. Ciao.